Hi, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to be participating in a I Love Thrifting collaboration hosted by My Blessed Nest, which is Carol's channel. And I'm going to list Carol's channel along with the playlist down below in the description box. So make sure you go and check out her channel along with what everybody is showing as to why they started thrifting and where they like to thrift and what it is that each of us like to thrift. Now I'm showing some of these furniture pieces here to begin with because these are some of the pieces that I've actually thrifted throughout my family. There's some family heirlooms that have been passed down through the generations. But when I first got married, I like to term what I had in my home as early marriage eclectic look. Because everything I had, all my living room furniture, everything was pretty much thrifted or gifted by my parents or my grandparents. And so that is what started me out on thrifting and going to thrift stores, garage sales, all of that. Even when my kids first came along, we got their crib, we got their changing, everything was thrifted back then. And that really wasn't unusual. All my friends did the same thing. That was kind of what everybody did back then. We didn't really put everything on credit cards and stuff like what they do nowadays. So if you couldn't afford it, then you didn't get it and you went thrifting until you found what you wanted. Now, I did have a hope chest back before I got married, and so I did get a lot of things in my hope chest, but I also thrifted a lot of my kitchen items back then. Now, I don't have very many things that I thrifted from way back then nowadays. I've gotten rid of most of it, and so now the things I have are some things that I actually use or that I just really like and I've kept around or have been passed down through my family. I use the sifter here all the time when I'm baking. This grater, I used to use it all the time for cheeses and zucchinis and stuff. I don't use it too much anymore and it's kind of getting all rusty, you know how that does. Yeah, so I don't really use this anymore, but I still really like the look of it and stuff, so I keep this around. Now, my rolling pin that you see down here, this was actually my grandmother's rolling pin, and this rolling pin meant so much to her that she was very insistent that either I or my sister have it because she wanted it to stay in our family. Along with this thermometer, this is a candy thermometer that she used to use, my grandmother used to use all the time to make candies. And she gave me the rolling pin and the candy thermometer and a few other little things when she was moving out of her home and getting ready to go and live with my parents. And so I've cherished these things because I really do like to bake, and now my kids like to bake. And so these are a few things that I still have around that I use regularly. Now, that's why and how I began thrifting. Then I kind of went through a period of about 20 years where I was so happy that I was financially secure enough that I no longer had to go thrifting to purchase furniture or things that I needed for the house. I had absolutely no interest in thrifting. Now I've kind of come full circle and now I actually loved thrifting again. But now I never have to go thrifting for things that I need. Now I actually thrift for things that I want and that I just enjoy and like having around. And so nowadays when I go thrifting, it's not for things that I need for my kitchen, like this stuff, or things that I need for the kids or anything anymore. Now it's just strictly stuff that I actually enjoy. And it's generally nowadays for home decor. I do not thrift for the value of things or because I'm a collector. It's just simply what brings me joy. Now, here is just a little sample of what I used to thrift when my kids were real young and we didn't have a lot of money. We would go thrifting for games and books. Those were two of the things that when the kids were young, we thrifted a lot of. And we would get a game, which might cost quite a bit in the store. We could quite often find it for like $1 or less at a garage sale. We would get it and we would have game nights every single week that we would play with the kids. And to this day, when my kids come home, we still all get together and we play board games because it's just something that has gone down through the years. And so we all still enjoy it and really love spending that time together doing that. And we have some great old games. This is just a couple. We probably have over 100 games that we really enjoy just playing together. I love to go thrifting nowadays, but it's mainly for home decor and things that I can use for crafting. Like this here, this little candle holder, I just thought this was so pretty. I really like the way that the glass jar was. Here's a tray that I went and purchased, and I just love this tray. And now what I do with a lot of these things when I purchase them at the thrift store or at garage sales and things is I like to flip them and make them into something that fits with my decor. And here's that tray, and here is that candle holder sitting on the tray. And you could see I just painted them, and I ended up using them on my coffee table. Now here's a planter that I ended up picking up. It was like 75 cents for this planter. It's just a plastic planter. But again, I looked at it and I saw something that I could craft with, and really that's what I go with nowadays when I'm thrifting. And here's what I did with that planter. I changed it into something that looks very Mackenzie Childish, and I love Mackenzie Childs, so I went and flipped that urn and made it look like that. Now I love scroll work. Here's some candle stands that just had the scroll work on them, and I love this look. I've always loved this look, and so I picked up these 3 little candle stands here, and I just use them in my everyday decor. Here they are sitting on a Pier 1 import tray that I also thrifted and that I just painted. And now I make a lot of videos where I'm showing flipping this type of stuff. So I enjoy making the videos for it. The stuff I thrift nowadays is stuff that I actually want and like to use in my home. Here's this little rabbit you guys have probably seen a ton of times if you've watched any of my videos. He's just a little ceramic rabbit that I picked up at the store. He was originally $1. He had a black dot on him, so I got him for half off, which was 50 cents. And I ended up painting him up in the Mackenzie Child pattern as well. Here he is once he got all painted up. And again, I did a video on that as well, and I just love them. I used them in so many different ways. Here's some eggs that I picked up that I thrifted. Again, they have a black dot, so instead of $1, I got them for 50 cents. And here's where I changed them up. I painted them, and then I made them look like Mackenzie Child's Easter eggs. And I absolutely loved this look for them. And I get all kinds of things, whatever I see that I think would be interesting to flip. Here's this little toy. It cost me $1, and it's just this little rubberized toy. It was 50 or had a black dot, so I paid 50 cents for it instead of the $1. And here you can see I just painted them, and I used them on a Mackenzie Child coffee table that I did, and I just thought it was really cute. So yeah, I'm not out looking for anything that's going to make me a buck. I'm not trying to resell anything. I'm just buying stuff that is making me happy. Here you can see I bought this nut bowl for $1.37. When I bought it, I didn't even know it was a nut bowl. I had a sweet lady tell me what it was, and tell me that these little holes were little pick holes for the nut utensils. And I just changed it into this floral centerpiece. Here is another wooden bowl that I purchased. I'm going to guess that this is another type of nut bowl, but I'm not even sure. And I changed that into this, which is a Look for Less Pier 1 import floral item that I was able to make for a lot less than what they had it listed for. Now with this tablescape, pretty much everything you see on here I got from the thrift store, from the candles to the wine box to the wine glasses. The tablecloth, the table runner is an old curtain that I thrifted. The clear plates I thrifted. The silverware was gifted to me. Even the little tassels on the napkins I thrifted. It was actually off from the curtains. The napkins themselves were thrifted. The tray that has the treats on it, that was thrifted. Really everything on that tablescape was pretty much thrifted. And so that's the type of stuff that I like to purchase nowadays, or like these things that I can do craft projects out of. Now I know there's some wonderful, smart people who go out there and they thrift and they find things that they can turn around and make a buck out of. And it's a good thing that we all like different things. I thrift things to make tablescapes. I love anything Christmas. Here's a little porch Christmas tree I thrifted. I think I paid $3 for this. I believe, if I'm remembering right, this is like my 11th Christmas tree. I love anything Christmas. When I'm out with my daughters, who I love to go thrifting with, we like to get books. My daughters are really into cooking right now, so they like to get these recipe books. And then I have some things, like I said before, that have just been passed down. This is a teapot that I remember my mom always having, and it's kind of funny. When I went to make this video, I flipped it over and I saw that on the bottom of it, it actually has my great-grandfather's initials, which he's the first one on that side of the family who came over to America. So that was kind of neat to have that. And this is the type of decor stuff that I absolutely love. Anything with the scroll type work on it, anything that looks at all Tuscan is so totally up my alley. I know that's not what a lot of other people go for nowadays, but that's what makes me happy. So I'm actually kind of happy that not everybody else is buying it up in the thrift stores and they're saving it for me to get. So, and I was able to purchase this for just $4.20, and I love this. I am so using this. Come this fall, I thought about painting it and changing it up, but you know what? I absolutely love it just like this. So when I show you things that I've thrifted, again, like this finial that is huge, I'm purchasing stuff that I actually want to keep and use, or that I'm going to flip and then use. I don't really look for things that I think are going to make $1 or that I think are really expensive, and that makes absolutely no difference to me whatsoever. I'm just doing it for the fun of it and the love of it. I like to go to garage sales and estate sales, thrift stores, and so yeah, that's the type of things that I like to thrift. If you like this video, I hope you leave me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll be notified the next time I upload another video. Thanks so much for watching.